Hey folks, welcome back to WarThunder. So I don't really want to make it the case that I'm just posting loads of WarThunder videos over and over again, but lately I have actually been really enjoying myself playing this game, and I've made my way back into Tank Sim, which I gave up on a while back because top tier was just kind of broken. People were just flying helicopters around and top tier jets, and if you were on the ground you were basically just doomed. If you're in the air, then you just got shot down, and it just kind of sucked. But I've started playing slightly lower BRs, and like up to about maybe 9.3 is the cutoff, like the first event that has the helicopters in it. Beyond that's too far, but between like the Tiger 1 and that, everything's actually pretty great. So here we're playing the Centurion Mk.3. Obviously I am British, so I kind of have a bit of a bias towards the British troop. And the fact that they don't have any explosive ammunition and it's just solid shot, making them a bit of a struggle bus nation, that kind of just makes me like harden my resolve to do well. So these guns that they have insane penetration, but it's kind of like a death by 1,000 cuts sort of situation, because you have to hit people. You basically have to whittle their crew down, maybe 2 at a time if you aim well, or go for the ammo. So more often than not you're spending like 3 shots per kill, and with a reload of like, I think it's around 6 seconds, something like that, maybe 7.5. It's a trip per kill basically, unless you get good at aiming. So you'll know that I've set the gun convergence to 600 meters. That's basically where your point of aim is when you get to just like beyond the middle distance, and you can basically just play as if you're in RB if you set the sight like this. The ranges are either 400, 600 or 800 for every tank in Tank Sim, depending on what the BR and the caliber of the gun is. I'm not really sure how it works exactly, but 600 works for me, and I'm able to weak spot snipe things fairly competently like this. You'll see what I mean as time progresses. But anyway, so as for the actual battle, we have 1 cap each, and it's at either side of the map between the spawn points. Basically I'm just going to play this like king of the hill. If I sit on a flank, then it means I can't help the other flank, but if I'm in the middle of the map, then I can shoot on all sides with only slight time spent repositioning. So we've already knocked the gun out on that Tiger, and I've told the team that I've done that. We're going to switch our attention around. I am conscious of the fact that that charioteer just died to my like 1, 2 o'clock, but I've spotted a Jagdtiger in the distance. Unfortunately didn't pan on the first shot, but I'm not sure he'll have known where I am, especially given that he's now backed up behind foliage. So he's stuck there now. We're just going to whittle him away, and you'll see exactly what I mean about how many shots it takes. Where this tank really shines is that it doesn't matter what the adversary is, and it doesn't matter how far away they are. It's quite an accurate gun, and it has almost 400mm of pen on flat armour. So things like the Ferdinand and the Jagdtiger you can actually deal with frontally, which is quite rare for tanks of this BR range. The caveat is that you only have solid shot ammo, APDS, you know, there's no filler, so you can't just one bang people unless you get lucky with an ammo shot, which I didn't. But he is crippled at least. Still not sure what killed that charioteer. We're just going to sit pretty, so I'm intentionally in the lower ground here. I've angled the armour towards the enemy spawn. Just calling out my position because there's a friendly near me. Sometimes in Sim people get a bit trigger happy and they'll hear an engine noise through a bush and they'll not wait around to figure out which team it's on, so it just helps to limit friendly fire incidents. Being in the middle of the map means that if anyone does push past me, then I'm in a position to react to that. If everyone in my team had just kind of fanned out in a line from north to south on the map, level with me, then we probably would have had a pretty good game, but with only me being in this position, everyone else has kind of gone into realistic battle mode, where this map is more commonly a 3-cap setup, and it's kind of almost ingrained in people to just head towards the flanking caps and ignore the middle one. But really the strength of this map is where I am right now, around this big barn, because there's terrain around it. You're basically the highest point on the map. Nice big spot snipe there. With the gun sight set at 600 meters, you basically just aim slightly to the right of whatever you want to hit, and the velocity on this gun is just like firing lasers at it. But anyway, yeah, so around this barn in the centre of the cap, at the centre of the map even, you've got, oh, watch this one. There we go. Getting my eye in now. But we have, that was the 4th kill, and we've used half of our ammo. So you kind of see what I mean about having to really whittle people down, and I really don't know where that shot came from. But there is shrapnel damage to my right side corner. So I've just backed up into the low ground and we're just scanning. Low ground being the operative word there, because this barn has berms on all sides, so if you have some idea of where the enemy are, then you can almost always position yourself somewhere that's going to put hard cover between you and the enemy. And that's why it's such a strong position. Because I don't know where I was shot at from, I'm just going to bug out and check out the other flank, because I've neglected it for a while. I can see a lot of tracer coming in. Friendly behind me. Someone's calling for repairs and cover up ahead. Okay, so tracer's coming through the trees. Friendlies are somewhere to my direct south, I think. If you've ever played something like Call of Duty or watched a war film, then you'll probably be aware of that whole concept that if you're sniping from within a room, then you can't just stick your gun barrel out the window, because it makes it extremely obvious where you are. Tank combat is really similar to that, except you're obviously not able to fit in a building. So whenever you found concealment, that was really lucky rotation. Or just casually weak spot sniping through the turret face. And then immediately follow up with the Ferdinand. I was kind of caught out of position here, because I was about to say that you want to back up so that you're like maybe 20-30 feet minimum from whatever the concealment is that you're using, so that your gun flash and smoke doesn't penetrate the cover that you're behind to make it hard for people to spot you. But that Tiger II kind of caught me off guard. So that is our 6th kill, I think. The team is actually losing though. It's a friendly T95 that was calling for help earlier. He said that there were 3 things on him and I've just killed 2 of them. I was kind of preoccupied, so I'm not sure what the 3rd one was, or if anyone else killed it or not. So I'm just trying to be a little bit coy about how I progress through here. I'm staying close to these hills. When I'm on the peaks, I'm using it to kind of peer over the top of stuff. There's something zooming around over there, but I really can't tell what it is. And there are still tracers going towards their spawn, but I'm not sure if these people are like actually shooting to mark where something is, or if they're just trying to knock trees and bushes down to limit the enemy's concealment. A friendly also pinged them up near the A point, which is our cap, and I'm not sure if they were just marking something arbitrarily to a teammate that they're on comms with, or if they're actually telling us that there's an enemy there. I kind of wish that the pings could be tailored to say more specific stuff, and I kind of wish you could keep them on the map as well rather than them dissipating after a few seconds. Also, I just realised it's a T28 and not a T95, but they are basically the same tank. And here I see movement. Thinking it was hostile because it was heading towards our lines, and it was a frickin' teammate. And of course, the only thing that I hit was an ammo box on his roof. and it was an open top vehicle, so I just detonated him, melted his crew's faces off. So that was my bad.
Roger, advancing.
So after that mishap, we've obviously cleared most of that flank, and the T-28 has pushed quite a considerable distance forward, so I feel like at the minute this flank's looking alright, and it's been a while since that guy shot at me from out of nowhere on the other flank, so we're going to work our way back around this barn, or what, I don't even know if it is a barn, whatever this building is. We're going to work our way back around this and check out the original flank, try and get back towards our original position. That shot sounded a lot like an IS-2's gun to me, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. And then in the chat, an enemy player just said rush because they'd broken someone's cannon. So I don't think they meant to say that in all the chat, but as soon as I've seen that in chat, I see this Tiger II. Not sure it was the same guy. It probably wasn't. In fact, it was. So he was rushing a teammate, and I just ended his existence. Straight to the ammo. Because they've clearly pushed past the center point on this flank, I'm going to stick around for a little while. And I spot a panther hiding in the trees. This is roughly where that charioteer got killed before, so this guy might have been milling around in there for a while. Got quite lucky with the gun hit on the first shot. Wasn't actually my intent, but I will take it. It's a Tiger II, I think. Not actually sure if they store any ammo in the turret. I don't think they do. Also, as if his gunner survived that. There we go. Oh, it was a Tiger II. Why did I think it was a Panther? I've even seen this footage before. There's something wrong with me. I kind of shit myself at this point and panicked. You actually saw I kind of twitched the gun down a little bit and I so nearly botched that shot. Switched sides to kill the two crew on the other side, so his casemate is empty right now, and because he's actually on a hill angled downwards, to be fair we might even be able to just do that on flat ground, but we can just pan his upper front plate. And then here I get like completely cooked. I don't even know what happened exactly, but that shot would have ammo racked him if it hadn't just phased through his existence. And then I've got this sort of like red circle saying that my gun's not loaded. I thought that I'd fired my last shot of APDS and that this was just an AP shell that I was going to launch at him. And I'm not sure how to aim those because the drop-off's different. But I could have actually probably killed him if I'd realised that that first APDS shot had just been it glitched out. Because we were out of ammo, I went to sit on the cap for about, well, this whole bit that I just cut out, it was about 2.5 minutes. So pushing back, we got 10 rounds of APDS, which isn't a lot, but I didn't want to sit there for much longer than I did. Obviously 2.5 minutes is quite a long time. The whole tide of the battle can swing in that time frame. And I already know that the Tiger II over here somewhere because we just were engaging him before we had to bug out, so finding him again is my first port of call. But I don't want to push out prematurely in case he's expecting it, so I'm kind of sitting back in the bushes. That's the wreck of the Jagdtiger. Tiger II would be somewhere left of where we're looking right now unless he pushed up considerably. So I feel safe because of the trees to push in. And then here I threw myself again. We got really lucky with that gunner shot. Cannon breach. It's a total joke sometimes how well the armour on the Jagdtiger and the Ferdinand can hold up to stuff, because this gun can easily pen that much armour. But so much of it seems to get soaked up by bullshit. And the Conqueror especially is quite bad for it. I think that's our 10th kill, it says on the screen. Still not sure about that Tiger, and I'm obviously just being sat here pommeling shots off for a while, so I'm heading back to the other flank, dipping into low ground, and I'm assuming that if that Tiger's going to resurface anywhere, he'll be basically pushing A point. from behind me. So if I stay near this barn, he shouldn't have any reason to come near me, and when the cap starts getting capped by anyone that's worked around the flanks, I can head to them at the point that I see that happening. Our team has been whittled down quite a bit. We are 11 kills down over the enemy. There's a Jagdtiger somewhere. I just saw a Wafentrager, and then I get killed by a guy on the enemy team that's doing as well as I am. So we were both on 10 for 10. I think I was his 11th kill. So obviously now I know where he was because of the kill cam, so I'm just going to head straight back over there. He was basically just milling around in the bushes, and I do see movement over there. Stab in the dark. No joy. Probably dumb of me to do that because now he's probably going to know where I am. Or I would have if I were him. But it wasn't the target here, it was actually a Jagdtiger. That was the Jagdtiger that we saw in the kill feed from earlier, just before I was killed. So this plane is a friendly Corsair with his gear down for some reason, and he drops bombs over there, and that is roughly where I thought the Tiger II that killed me was. So I didn't know whether he just dropped his bombs because he wanted to get rid of the weight and the parasitic drag, or if he'd actually seen a target to try and kill with them. Obviously he didn't get a kill because there was nothing in the feed. And I scanned around, it looked like they just landed in an open field, and there was nothing remotely close, so I kind of disregard it and assume he's just not a very good pilot. And then this is the guy that killed me, and I don't know how the hell that didn't kill him. I was trying to get his engine there to stop him from moving. Thankfully he just doesn't move anyway. We got very lucky and bounced a shot from somewhere, and I don't know where it was because I was in gunner view, so I back off and use the berm as cover. And it was that Wafentrager from earlier. So here I don't want to risk hitting the dirt with my gun, so I use my MG, my coax, because the coax is sat level with the gun, so if the coax clears the berm, then you know that the main caliber gun will as well. And then because it's an over-top vehicle, I switched to HE, but a Bushy is it. And I'm totally winging it with the range. We actually nearly miss. It goes under him and hits his far side track, so HE is a one-shot kill on anything over-topped. For anyone that's not a WarThunder gamer. And then all we know right now is that the Jagdtiger is somewhere near the air cap, but he isn't on it because it's not being capped. In fact, is it being capped? I can't quite tell. It is. So, as far as I'm aware, the Jagdtiger is on it. But I don't know where he is. I do know that he's at least 2 crew down from the shot we took earlier. And I haven't received an assist, so he hasn't been killed by someone else. Tiger 2P in the feed will be the guy that we exchanged shots with earlier before I ran out of ammo. So he's not around here, otherwise I would have heard the shot. Still can't see this guy. Can't hear him either, which is more pressing. And then he was apparently like 60 meters off my flank and just one-banged me. Never heard him all. Slightly bullshit. Raged a little bit in chat, not gonna lie. But we got 12 kills, which I think is pretty damn good. 10 of them were in 1 life. I'm really enjoying WarThunder sim battles at the minute, especially flying CAS. I've been taking the P51 out. Maybe I'll make that into another video. But if you want to see more tank sim in WarThunder, then let me know, and we can make it a more regular thing. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.